day. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports.
The calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Wide open receiver, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And they'll run here with ETN. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week: 20 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now Lawrence on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 2nd and 2. Back to the ground with ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time, a 9-play drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Sullivan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the gambling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
On 4th down, Sullivan being chased out left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. A big connection on that one. 35 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they will. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And a big sack at that. This remains a 1-point game. So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for 2, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, this defense for the Texans, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Dances by him. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. They'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4. Down.
Here's Presley Harvin now.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your...
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston.
Phillip Lindsay.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to ETN.
No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's Gallup on the slant.
A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Lawrence will throw.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from taking the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back.
It got his man complete. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A huge play there for Houston.
I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. Forced out to his left. Going for it all. Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans on just 2 plays have taken the lead. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Slide for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right?
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Well, this is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Now Lawrence.
Taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. A very costly sack there on third and goal, pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on fourth. Second down and goal. Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. His kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
Seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sullivan. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final shot before break. Sullivan dancing to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it up. And the Jaguars are going to take over here up near the 40. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Second down at 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Logan Wilson.
The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Shifts by him.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. Nice little juke. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his third touchdown now on the year, and the Texans will extend their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence.
He finds his man complete. That's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 41-yard line.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now Lawrence to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Sullivan. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Sullivan. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Jags are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball. To their offense, and what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground. ETN. They find some open field here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 71 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's ETN. Fighting to stay on his feet past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Logan Wilson able to record his 5th sack of the season. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the 1st by a few yards. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try For 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold. Because
open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. Looking to throw. Sullivan. And he is going to get in. But there is a flag down. Let's sort this out here. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
It's a squib kick that still makes its way down inside the 15. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Here's Lawrence. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Now ETN to start the drive. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. So they get nothing on first down, just back to the one. They need some room to operate.
They certainly do, because you know they're going to be aggressive on the defensive side. They're going to come after you. So you practice this in OTAs, you practice this in mini camp, you practice this in preseason camp. 1 first down gives your punter room. 2 first downs is what you're seeking in order to make sure you flip the field a little bit.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, he finds his man, complete. It's Schultz.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
From midfield now, Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. From the left side, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we're 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Here's Lawrence to throw. And this will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He's going to let this one go deep. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Texans force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. Steps away to his left. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got a man, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That's Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. That one looks like he'll throw here. Buying time to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break, from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. to throw. Sullivan. A contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A big connection on that one. 31 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On 1st and 10, Sullivan being chased out left. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
They'll look to throw again. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense got crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Forced out to his left. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Starting to really smell.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed. And we'll get a review on this. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moment. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
To throw on 3rd down. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points